Alright guys, so in this video we are going to be unboxing all this stuff behind me that is pretty much the swap kit for the JZ. So if you guys did not watch the last video and you don't know what happened to my SR and how it grew 2 more cylinders, right here, click the link, go watch the last video, be up to date. If you guys are missing content, then like what the heck are you doing? So go catch up, then come back. I'm going to wait. This is all the parts that I've been sitting on for the last probably like over a month. Look at this. I have not even opened the box yet. This is fresh. Huge thank you to Drift HQ because they were super awesome to work with for a number of reasons. So we're gonna do a quick unboxing. I'm gonna get all of the stuff. I literally don't remember all the parts. So let's get them all out, laid up on the table here, and then we'll talk about what all the stuff is.
6.5 hours later.
I ended up actually having to leave right when I started unboxing this stuff and then come back to finish the video. But let's talk about this stuff because I just unboxed it all and it looks amazing. And I want to tell you guys what all of this stuff is, and I want to tell you guys about the engine a little bit. The first piece I'm going to show you guys is my favorite piece. This is the Future Fab Downpipe. So check this out. Future Fab is the company. They make this beautiful downpipe, man. Look at this thing. Let me try to get these welds in here. If I could have this focus, come on. Maybe these welds? Yeah, there we go. This is probably one of the most beautiful pieces I've ever owned. It's just so incredibly well made, all TIG welded. It just looks amazing. So Future Fabrication, really, really cool downpipe. It's a great upgrade for the JZ because it actually does add a significant amount of horsepower for just being a downpipe. Highly recommended. Oh, also it comes with the bung right here for the O2 sensor, and it comes with a secondary one to run an AFR or wideband sensors. So we're all set there. Next we have a Sax Pressure Plate. Good for up to like 500 horsepower. This is recommended with this beautiful 5-puck clutch right here. And it's actually what's recommended by Drift HQ when you order this beautiful piece right here. Bam, and this is our adapter plate. So this is the adapter plate made by a company called PMC. And look how beautiful this is, man. This is super well machined. And right here you see 2JZ. It's also obviously for 1JZ, but it just says 2JZ. But anyway, this is gonna be our adapter plate for us to be able to adapt our ZF trans, which is an M3 BMW trans. Along with that kit comes this insanely crazy looking flywheel. You guys know I'm from the SR and Nissan world, so flywheels like this are pretty crazy looking to me. Like I've never seen something like this. But anyway, this is a beautiful piece as well. With this piece comes this adapter plate, and then obviously the clutch and pressure plate that they recommended is what I got. And I'm gonna actually be making videos, guys, of the entire install process. So PMC is a European company and they don't include a lot of instructions for installing this onto your engine, and there's like a lot of hardware that comes with it. There's a lot of bolt hole options and things like that. So I guess it gets a little confusing. So I'm gonna make some really good videos on installing all of this. So if you guys are planning on doing a swap like this, make sure you subscribe because you're gonna wanna know how to install everything. So that is our adapter plate, the flywheel, which looks amazing, our awesome clutch and pressure plate setup. So that's like all one unit, right? Next is a couple of key pieces that you need as well. I didn't even actually unravel this. Okay, this, guys, is an adapter plate to run a BMW shifter, right? So this is a BMW short shifter. So PMC also makes this, which you need an adapter to run it on an S chassis. So if you guys know what the trans tunnel of an S chassis looks like, it's got the 4 bolt holes like this. And so you need this adapter plate on the trans tunnel, and then this shifter will bolt to this like this. And it's a really solid shifter. Well, it's literally like a solid shifter, like a chassis mount shifter. So it feels, it's one of those shifters that does this whole thing. okay, like it doesn't sound like it's grinding gears, but it sounds like it's like a dog box. Like it sounds like you're really getting into gears. On top of that, I also had to just go ahead and order the shift knob, well, a replacement shift knob. But look at this thing, man. This shift knob is beautiful. So that's gonna replace this one and it's gonna look awesome. So we'll do that when we get to it. Next is this piece that I haven't opened either. All right guys, this is also one of my favorite pieces because this is actually a Drift HQ piece. They literally manufacture this. That's pretty tight, man. So for all my BMW fanboys, I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong, but a Guibo, as I understand it being called. Basically, BMW transmissions, I think it's between the driveline and the back of the transmission, it has what's called a Guibo, which is kind of like this rubber, like, I don't know, it's like a rubber bushing that goes in the driveline for BMWs, right? So when you do a BMW trans in an S chassis, they sell this, which is basically a metal Guibo adapter. This is kind of one of the pieces that you need to make the swap work. Includes hardware, which is dope. Next thing is this. This is by CX Racing. This is like a coolant cross pipe kind of that goes across the front of the engine. Pretty common part of the swap. Next, this here is by Excessive. This piece is basically called like their AC delete bracket, I think. I think it basically braces where the AC pump was. You run this and they also give you a smaller belt. Well, I bought the smaller belt. AC delete kit right here, and that's by Excessive. Comes with hardware as well. Really cool and really affordable. And last but not least, guys, this is actually my very first Chase Bays piece, and I'm pumped on it because Chase Bays is like a really well-known brand, very reputable, very good parts, but I've just never bought anything from them. I've just never needed anything yet. This is a full fuel line kit for S chassis to JZ swap because the fuel lines on an S chassis are on the passenger side, but the turbo and the downpipe are on the passenger side of a JZ, so you have to cross the fuel lines over to the intake side, and this is a kit that helps you do that. All very nice braided line. It comes with a fuel filter to run an aftermarket fuel pressure regulator, which we'll be buying as well. All of this, guys, everything that I ordered here, everything I bought was from Drift HQ. So again, I'm gonna plug these guys again. I mean, obviously they're way bigger than I am, but still, these guys have been really awesome. So all of this stuff was from Drift HQ. Really, really smooth, easy process in buying it. I chatted with them right through the website when I had any issues and they fixed it right away. So really, really awesome company. Make sure you guys check them out. All right, guys, so that is essentially the entire swap kit that I've ordered. Now, we are still missing some pieces. So we are gonna talk about what else is left. I mentioned engine mounts and trans mounts. Those are being custom made by my friend Evan, ER Fabrication. So he's actually the one who made engine and trans mounts for Derek's JZ swap. So he's already kind of got that down and is making those for me. Next is a custom drive shaft from the BMW Trans to an R200 diff, which is an S chassis diff. So that is gonna be custom made as well, which I already have a guy who's doing that for me. Once I get the engine in, he has to come take measurements so he knows, you know, the length and everything. So that's gonna be made as well. And then a custom exhaust system because, again, on a JZ, we have the exhaust side being on the passenger side of the car, and on an S chassis with like an SR or KA, it's actually on this side. So the exhaust is gonna have to cross over under the car and you need a custom exhaust basically. So I have someone making that. And that's pretty much it for parts. I already got my BMW Trans. This is the ZF5, or I think it's just called a ZF actually. I don't know if they call it a ZF5, but it is a 5-speed. So it's a ZF Trans out of an M3, and I got that from Spencer, who hooked me up with that, which was awesome. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's like all the pieces that I need. Let me think. Hold on, let me think if I'm missing anything. Am I missing anything?
Yeah, you're missing going down to the bottom of the video and clicking subscribe.
All right, guys, we're gonna close out the video here, short and sweet. I just wanted to show you guys everything that's been in these boxes because I've literally just looked at the closed boxes for weeks, and it was nice to finally see all the parts that I bought. So it wasn't a cheap purchase. There was a lot of stuff to get to make this swap work, but I'm super pumped on it. I'm super pumped on this engine. It looks it's getting there. It's looking a lot cleaner. I've actually gone through, and I'm kind of a madman with a wire wheel, so I've just gone through and cleaned this thing up a lot. But anyway, if you guys like all this stuff, if you guys are stoked about the swap, give this video a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video because we're gonna get started on cleaning up the engine, pulling off parts that we don't need, and starting to kind of utilize some of these swap parts that I got. So stick around, like the video. I'll see you guys next time. Good night.
Dun, 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 dun. Where's the dirt? Where's the dirt?